Hi guys, and welcome to your third modding tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make blocks and add your own custom texture. So first, what you're going to want to do is go under the public class and type in public static final string, and then put mod ID equals, and usually I just name it what I named it up here. You can honestly put anything you want, but I'm just going to leave that there. So that's it with that. Now under that, what you want to put is public static capital B block, and I'm just going to name it tut block, I guess. And then hover over block. Come on. And import net.minecraft block. Don't import these two, import this one. Okay, and now under preint right here, you're going to want to type tut block, or whatever you named your block up here, equals tut block parentheses, and this is the item ID. Usually I just go up at 3,500, and then I just put a configuration option on that, which I will be showing you how to do in a later video. And then after that, just go ahead and put a comma and type in capital M material dot rock, or you can make it air, anvil, cactus, all of that, but for the sake of this, we're just going to put dot rock. And then go outside of those parentheses and put dot set capital U unlocalized capital N name parentheses, and again, I'm just going to put tut block, or you can name it whatever you want. For the sake of just staying organized, I would put whatever this to this. Okay, and now after that, just press enter twice and type in game registry dot register block, and then whatever you named your block, comma mod ID plus, and then again whatever you named your block, dot get unlocalized name 2, and then you're going to want to import game registry. And if you have this error, don't worry about it, we'll come back to it in a second. Next, you want to type language registry dot add name and what you named your block up there, comma quotation marks, and name it whatever you actually want it to show up in the game as. So tutorial block, and again import language registry. Okay, so now everything in your main class is done with the block. So what you do is you want to create a class. So hover over new class, and you want to make sure you name it whatever your block actually is. So tut block. And now, okay. So after the equal sign, you actually want to type in new, and then this error will show up. And then you want to type in this class extends block. And instead of hovering over to import stuff, you can press Control Shift O, and you're going to want to import the net.minecraft.block.block, and then hover over the name and add the constructor. This little bit right here I usually delete. You can leave that there if you want to. I am not going to. So now we are almost done with making our block, but first there are some things that we want to add to this to actually make it a block. So under the super, you can type in set creative tab creative tabs. Make sure you have the S in the creative tabs and on the inside. And then, oh, I spelled creative wrong. That would probably help if I spelled it right. Tabs dot, and then let's just put it in tab block for now. And then another thing you might want to add is set hardness, and default I usually just set it as 2, and that determines how hard the block will, I think, withstand to a creeper or some kind of explosion. And now set step sound and block dot, let's do ladder just because, and then set resistance, and again I usually just set it to 10, and I guess I spelled that wrong very badly. And then another thing that you can add to this is light level. So like a torch, it will kind of act like that. So you type in set light value, and let's put it to that, about 1. And you are going to want to play with some of these settings to see what you want. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to make a texture. So what I use is Photoshop. You can use a program called GIMP. It is a free one. The link will be in the description to get GIMP. But for this, I'm just going to use Photoshop. So what you're going to want to do is go to new and make a 16 by 16. That's the width of a block texture. And I just made this really fast. And let's go ahead and save this. And what you're going to want to name this is you really want to name it something that you will remember, which would be tut block, because you set it as your unlocalized name. So if we go ahead and just copy this, go back into Photoshop, there's that. I did not mean to do that. I'll be right back after I figure out what's going on with this. So I found out what the problem was. Because I added the new after I had created the class, I had to delete this and just retype all of this real fast. So if you want to do that, or you didn't mess up and you don't have an error here, so you're fine. And now, in my last video, I said how we're going to get textures is with the proxies, but since that, they have made a new way of actually calling textures. So now what you want to do is open your modded folder where your stuff is actually stored, and go into src Minecraft, and in here you see the folder and we see our block and our main. So within this folder you want to do new folder and type in mods. Go inside of that, make a new folder again, and whatever you named it here, you're going to want to name that folder that. So I named my mod tutorial, and inside that folder you want to put in textures, and then inside that folder you want to do blocks. And now if we go ahead and go get our tub block, open this up, move that in there, we can now go back to Eclipse and actually get the texture. So now under all of that, what you want to type in is public void register icons, icon register space par1, whoop, that's not right, icon register, it's a lowercase for all those, actually I messed up, and then bracket, and this dot block icon equals par1 icon register dot register icon. And now what you're going to want to do here is, so we named this folder here tutorial, which holds the texture folder. Go back to Eclipse, go ahead and paste that there, put colon marks, and then go back into here and get the name of your block. Press Ctrl Shift O and import whatever you need. And you need parentheses in here. That's why you're getting that error probably. So now we have our texture called, and it's really just that easy. So if we go ahead and launch the game, and I'll come back when it's fully loaded. So now we have Minecraft open, and here's our block that we made. So if we just go under blocks, scroll all the way down, and here's our tutorial block. And if I go ahead and set this down, you see the light level that we set on it. So now if we place just a bunch of these, walk over them, you can hear the ladder noises, and that's determined by the set step sound. And that is it for this tutorial. If you have any questions or you have any errors, just post in the comments and I will help you the best I can.